Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad-Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Apara Karuna Sindhum Jnanadam Shanta Rupinam Shri Chandrasekhara Gurum Pranamami Udan Vaham.
Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad-Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande GurorMandalam. With the abundant blessings of our Acharya Swamiji, we have reached the very last stage of our 51-day long program, Vande GurorMandalam, enjoying all the Shankara Bhagavad-Pada's various stotras. The last item is Hanumat-Pancharatnam. We are going to go through that today, and after that we will have the concluding session. Sloka number 1.
Namaskaram. Vitakhila Vishayecham Jatanandashrapulakamatyacham Sitapati Dutadyam Vatatmajamadya Bhavaye Hrudyam.
Adya Bhavaye Hridyam. Today I meditate on him who is very dear to me, who is very beloved of me, Hridyam. Vitakhila Vishaya Ichham. One who has renounced all desires for all mundane objects. All, that is Akhila. It's not as if he has renounced something which was not to his liking. He has accepted something which was to his liking. There is no choice here. All mundane objects have been renounced. The desires have been renounced. Objects cannot be renounced. As long as you possess the body, you have to deal with those objects. You have to accept, reject various objects depending on the situation. But with no sense of desire, that is what he is saying. Because the amount of activity which Hanuman has performed, how can he renounce all activities? How can he renounce all dealings with objects? No way. So, Vishaya Ichham, Vishaya Ichha, the desire for mundane objects, all mundane objects, he has completely renounced. Gyata Ananda Ashru Pulakam. Because of the state in which he always is present, that is the Brahmananda state, which we discussed yesterday in Hanumath-Pancharatnam, the last shloka. The Ananda which a Brahmajnani enjoys is something unparalleled. And we saw that. All other Anandas measured in comparison with that Ananda pale into insignificance. They are nothing. So, this Ananda is what is possessed by Hanuman. So, he is because of that Ananda, and Ananda is associated in his case with Rama. Ananda can be associated with Nirguna Parabrahman. Ananda can be associated with a chosen deity. In his case, the chosen deity is Rama. So whenever, there's no question of whenever, always he is thinking of Rama. So always there is Ananda, and always there is flow of tears, Ashru. Pulakam. Pulakam is horripilation, hair standing on end. These signs of Ananda are present in him. Atyacham. Atyacham means extremely pure, extremely transparent, extremely clean. Now, that doesn't have to be explained, because a person like Hanuman, having renounced all desire, having developed Ekadesha Bhakti towards Rama, how can he be anything other than pure? Sitapati Dotadyam. Out of all the emissaries of Rama, he is the foremost. 4 groups of emissaries were sent by Rama in 4 directions, all Vanaras, headed by a chief Vanara. Each group was headed by a chief Vanara. all the three groups which went in north, east and west came back with no success. But the one group which went southwards, that was headed by Hanuman, and that group, there was no group actually because Hanuman went all alone. Though it was a group at the beginning, the rest of the group stayed on the seashore. He only crossed the sea. So Hanuman came back with success, and he is the foremost among the emissaries appointed by Rama, Sitapati. So he is the only Dutta who came back with success. Not only that, he is the only Dutta who was given that signet ring by Rama as a remembrancer to Sita. He went and handed over the ring to Sita. That is how Sita could believe that he is a true emissary of Rama. There has to be some way of identify. We have our ID card nowadays, Aadhaar, etc. So what was the ID card for Hanuman? That signet ring of Rama was and that is why he handed it over to Hanuman instead of handing over to the other three heads of groups who went in other three directions. First was the southern direction was the most likely direction because that is where Sita has been located by Sampati with his long distance eyes. And that is where Hanuman was headed. Hanuman was chosen to head that direction because he was the most efficient out of all the other, out of the four heads of groups. So naturally, he was the first choice to be given the signet ring for identification. So he returned with great success. Sitavati Dota Adyam Vatatmajam, the son of Vayu Bhagavan. Vata is Vayu. Atmajam is son. Because Atmajam means the father is born. Atma vai putraha. This is the Vedic philosophy. The Atma of the father is born as the son. That is why Atmaja is the term used for the son. So Vatatmajam, son of Vata, that is Vayu, and the most beloved, the most cherished Hanuman, I meditate on him. I meditate on Hanuman, the most cherished, who has renounced all desires of all mundane objects, and he is always in a state of Brahmananda because of his constant meditation on Rama, and he is having tears flowing from his eyes and horripilation on his body, and he is extremely pure, and he is the foremost among the emissaries of Rama, and he is the great son of Vayu Bhagavan. Vitakhila Vishayecham Jatanandashtrupulakamatyacham Sitapati Dutadyam Vatatmajamadhya Bhavaye Hridyam.
तरुणारुणमुखकमलं करुणारसपूरपूरितापाङ्गं सञ्जीवनमाशासे मञ्जुल महिमानमञ्जनाभाग्यम्.
Taruna Aruna Mukha Kamalam. His face is like a lotus. Face is always compared with a lotus for all devatas. And his face is special red color. Taruna Aruna. Aruna is the Sarathi for Surya, and today is Surya Puja. And if you see, Surya is depicted with riding a chariot with 7 horses. Even our houses we draw pictures of this Surya Bhagavan riding that kind of chariot. So that chariot is driven by Aruna. So the charioteer appears first before the Sarathi appears first before Surya Bhagavan appears in the eastern direction. So that is why we get that red color associated with Aruna. Aruna is of red color. That too, when he just makes his appearance, then he is Taruna Aruna. Because it's quite some time that Aruna only is present before Surya Bhagavan appears on the scene. So even that time has got a certain time duration. Now at the beginning of the time duration, that is Taruna Aruna. That means very red, freshly red. That kind of color is associated with the lotus which is his face. Karunarasa Pura Purita Apangam. Apangam is the sidelong glance. We have been dealing with Apangam many times in Devi Stotras. And this sidelong glance of Hanuman is full of Karunarasa, overflowing, Pura Purita, overflowing with Karunarasa, compassion, the essence of compassion. Sanjeevanam, he is the life giver. Sanjeevanam means one who raises the dead to life. Well, he brought Sanjeevani, Mulika, herbs from the Himalayas to arouse Rama and Lakshmana. We all know that famous story, how he brought the hill itself instead of bringing the herbs. So, not only that, he was a virtual life giver to many people during the great war fought with Ravana. He has saved many lives, and he is a great warrior. His valor was praised by no less a person than Jambavan. During the war, one night when everybody had been put to rest, many deaths occurred on this side. Then Vibhishana went and was looking for the various bodies who are all dead, who are all almost dead. Then Jambavan questioned him. Okay, many people are dead. Is Hanuman alive? He said. Hanuman was along with Vibhishana, holding the torch. So he said, yes, I am here, Hanuman. Okay, now there is no worry. Once Hanuman is present, there is all others will come back to life. That was the confidence expressed by Jambavan during the height of the war. So that's why he is known as Sanjeevanam. Manjula Mahimanam. Manjula means charming, beautiful. His Mahima is something which is not a fearful. Some people, they say Mahima is a warrior. No, he's a terror. There's no such thing here. He's not a terror. His story, even Bala Hanuman, even children enjoy. There are nowadays a lot of drawings made of Hanuman. I saw recently. I think there are issues called Bala Hanuman, where Hanuman's life is traced, etc. I saw some children's issues published from US, I think. So he is very much cherished. His attraction is something great, even for children. That is why Manjula Mahima. No doubt his Mahima is there. His glory, his greatness is there. But it is very charming. At all stages, right from the time he appears on the scene, when he comes and meets Rama and Lakshmana at the foot of the Rishyamukha hill, right from that time till the end, till the Yuddha is over, till Pattabhishekam takes place, till the long reign of Rama, during the long reign of Rama, he is there, very much there. So, there are so many occasions where his glory has been exhibited in all its shine, in all its radiance. All those occasions he is covering in this phrase, Manjula Mahimanam, and all of them are very attractive, very beautiful. Something which is, there is a special quality of charm in those scenes where he appears. Manjula Mahimanam, Anjana Bhagyam, he is the good fortune of Anjana, who was his mother, Vanara mother. Vanara father was Kesari and Vanara mother was Anjana. And he was born as the Shakti of Vayu Bhagavan. So Asha say, I pray, I express my desire to him, I pray to him. Hanuman, whose lotus face is beautifully red, like the rising Aruna, the Sarathi of Surya. His sidelong glance is full of overflowing with compassion, essence of compassion. He is verily the life giver to many people. And even to us, if we pray to him, he will give us everything. Buddhir Balam Mishodhairyam. So that is actually Sanjeevanam only. And his glory is something extremely charming. Even children like that. and he is the very good fortune incarnate of Anjana, the Vanara mother of his. Tarunaruna Mukha Kamalam, Tarunarasa Pura Puritapangam, Sanjeevanam Ashase, Manjula Mahimanam, Anjana Bhagyam.
शम्बरवैरिशरातिगमम्बुजदल विपुललोचनोदारम् कम्बुगलमनिलदिष्टं बिम्बज्वलितोष्ठमेकमवलम्बे
Shambharaveri Sharatigam. Shambharaveri is Manmatha, the enemy of Shambharasura. Shambharasura robbed Pradyumna, the baby, when baby was born to Krishna, even within the first few days of birth, as a small baby. He managed to rob from Krishna's royal mansion. There is great surprise. Then he was keeping him in his palace, the Shambharasura. Now, Krishna prayed to Devi. Ultimately, Devi said, no, don't worry, he will come back to you at the age of 16. Till then, he will be born, he will be nourished by Shambharasura, and then he will kill Shambharasura and come. That's what happened. So, Pradyumna was actually Manmatha, killed Shambharasura and came back to Krishna at the age of 16. Shambhara Vairi Sharatigam. Shara is the flower arrows, the 5 flower arrows of Manmatha. We have been seeing that frequently. So he is those arrows are no match to his power. Shambhara Vairi Shara Atigam. Those arrows can have no effect. Those arrows have effect even on sages like Vishwamitra. Those arrows are powerful to even confuse, to delude even Brahma. But they are powerless in front of Hanuman. That is what he says. Shambhara Vairi Shara Atigam. Ambujadala Vipula Lochanodaram. Ambujadala, the petals of lotus, Vipula, long, very long, like the petals of lotus, or his eyes, Vipula Lochana. Udaram, very compassionate eyes, very generous, munificent, beneficial. These are the qualities Udaram refers to. So there is never a sign of terror. There is no, even in the worst time of war, there is never a sign of terror. There is never a sign of making the opposite party feel humiliated, feel afraid. No such thing. Udaram. Kambugalam aniladishtam. Kambugalam is, the neck is like a conch, like a shankha. That is a common description used by poets for describing the beauty of the neck. Aniladishtam. Dishtam means good fortune. Good fortune of Vayu Bhagavan. Like it was good fortune of Anjana mentioned in the previous sloka. Good fortune of Vayu Bhagavan. Bimba Jolita Oshtam, the lips, or shining, Jolita, shining radiantly, like the bimba fruit. Bimba fruit is a common comparison, we have seen it before. For lips, Bimba Jolita Oshtam Ekam Avalambe, he is unique. There is no second personality in the whole Ramayana, or even in other epics like Mahabharata or any other Purana. So many Puranas, so many stories, we have plenty. But you cannot find a character similar to Hanuman. Ekam, he is unique because his Rama Bhakti and his valorous acts cannot be compared with anyone else's. So Ekam, Avalambe, I take support. I offer myself at his feet. Avalambe, he is my support. Lakshmi and Samma Kara-avalamba Stotram, we say. Kara-avalamba, because he holds us by the hand. He is the support which he gives by holding our hand, by holding by his hand. Kara-avalamba. So his personality is such that Manmatha's famous flower arrows make no effect on him. and his eyes full of compassion, gentleness, or so long like a lotus petal. His neck is like that of a conch, and he is the very form of good fortune of Vayu Bhagavan, and his lips are shining radiantly like bimba fruit, and he is unique. I fall at his feet and seek his support. Shambara Vairisharatigam Ambujadala Vipula Lochanodharam Kambugalam Aniladishtam Bimbajwalitoshtam Ekam Avalambe.
दूरीकृतसीतार्तिः प्रकटीकृतरामवैभवस्फूर्तिः दारितदशमुखकीर्तिः पुरतो मम भातु हनुमतो मूर्तिः.
Duri Krita Sitartihi. He is the only one who succeeded in removing the misery. Duri Krita. Arti is misery. Removing the misery of Sita. Many people were talking about it on this side of the shore. Many people, many Vanaras. They all wanted to remove the misery of Sita. They wanted to first know where Sita is located. Then they wanted to go and see Sita. They wanted to go and help Sita. No doubt about it. Many out there. Sugriva, Angada, so many other Vanaras. But who succeeded? Only Hanuman. Duri Krita Sitartihi. And he was there right at the right time, opportune time, when Ravana was terrorizing Sita and setting a time limit of 2 months. At that time he was present and he gave her courage. I am there, don't worry. Rama will come. Don't worry. That kind of words of solace were uttered by Hanuman at the most opportune time. When she was about to commit suicide, in fact. That is what Ramayana describes in Sundarakanda. So, Durikrita Sitartihi Prakatikrita Rama Vaibhava Spurtihi. Spurti means the appearance, manifestation of the glory of Rama. Rama Vaibhava Spurtihi. The splendor of Rama in all its glory is Prakatikrita, is brought out. The manifestation of glory is brought out to the world, to the knowledge of the world. Prakatikrita. Otherwise it was concealed. It was there, but concealed. But it was Hanuman who brought out by repeatedly mentioning it during his sojourn in Lanka. Repeatedly. He was mentioning the valor of Rama repeatedly in Ravana's Sabha as well as on other occasions. Actually, he was witness to Rama's valor when Sugriva threw him the challenge of killing Vali, of dispatching his arrow to the Sala tree, etc., etc. Sapta Sala Bhedi. Sapta Sala Vibhedi. He is known, Rama is known. So all these things, and then that Dundubi Asura's remains, bones, were kicked off by several miles by his feet. All these valorous deeds Hanuman has witnessed with his own eyes, before, of course, the war, and after the war, of course, no end to the acts of valor. Not only valor, his humility, his compassion even to enemies, is all part of Vaibhava, isn't it? Not just valor. Valor, many people, even Asuras, many Asuras possess valor. Incomparable valor. Hiranyakashipu possessed. Hiranyaksha possessed. Many Asuras, Ravana himself is possessing unparalleled valor. But it's not just valor. Valor combined with humility. Valor combined with compassion. Valor combined with other virtues. That is Vaibhava. So all those qualities Hanuman has witnessed and brought out in the open. When the spies of Ravana came to the army camp of Rama on this side of the shore, they came quietly, secretly, and they were moving about, and they were caught by the Vanaras of Rama's army, and they were beaten, spared, and then they were brought. And Rama said, no, set them free. Let them have a look at our army. No, no, please take them around and show them the detail, all our army details. No secret for us. And then send them with due honor. No, here after they are here as emissaries of Ravana. They might have come as spies. We should never treat the emissaries wrongly. This is what Rama said, and all Vanaras, including Hanuman, were witness to that. That is Vaibhava. Dharita Dashamukha Kirtihi. Dashamukha is Ravana. His kirti was, his fame was unparalleled. A great Shiva Bhakta, great exponent of Samaveda, great poet. His Stotra, Tandava Stotra, written by Ravana. Even today we are singing, similar to Patanjali's Tandava Stotra. So beautiful, very valorous. By his valor, he defeated everyone. His son defeated Indrajit. His son defeated Indra himself. That is why he was known as Indrajit. And all the Navagrahas he was using as steps for his throne. That was the kind of valor. And valor, Vedic knowledge, music, Shiva Bhakti, in all these fields he excelled. But he committed this one great offense. And that one great offense spoiled all his kirti. And that is what Hanuman did. All his kirti was torn asunder, Dharita. Hanumato Murtihi Mama Purato Bhavatu. That Hanumato, that Murti of Hanuman, which has been described in all these slokas, may he appear before me. Bhavatu means shine actually. May he appear in all his glory in front of me. That is a prayer. Hanuman, who removed the sorrows, misery of Sita, who brought out in the open to the knowledge of the whole world the glory of Rama, as manifested, as seen. It is not glory, something which was told to Hanuman by some people when he was in so and so place, he did this. Not like that. He was witness to all this glory. That is his Furtihi. And he destroyed the fame of Dashamukha, Ravana, in no time. Destruction did not take any time. When he brought down the whole city of Lanka to ashes, then his kirti had already been blown off. So that Murti of Hanuman may appear before me. Durikrita Sitartihi Prakatikrita Rama Vaibhava Spurtihi Dharita Dashamukha Kirtihi Purato Mama Bhatu Hanumato Murtihi.
वानरनिकराध्यक्षं दानवकुलकुमुदरविकरसदृशं दीनजनावनदीक्षं पवनतपः पाकपुञ्जमद्राक्षम्.
Vanara Nikara Adhyaksham. He was the head of the group of Vanaras. He was the minister to Sugriva even before Rama and Lakshmana appeared on the scene. He was the minister to Sugriva in Sugriva's cabinet. When Sugriva was the king. And he possessed that kind of leadership qualities that he was a natural leader of the group of Vanaras. He didn't have to assert his authority at any point of time. If you see the course of events in Ramayana, at no point he needed to assert himself. On the other hand, he was so humble that he was not aware of his power to cross the ocean. When Jambavan came and reminded him of his power, then only he remembered, yes, I now remember the power which was there in my childhood, and it was subjugated by a curse of rishis. Yes, I now remember, you have reminded me at the right time. Yes, I can cross the ocean. That is what he said. That is his humility. So he was a natural leader. That is why Jambavan went and approached him when everybody else could not express their inability to cross the ocean. He is the one who said, no, this ocean is nothing, I'll do it. Vanara Nikara Adhyaksham, not only physical valor, all the mental strength, all the other qualities which are required in a leader, he possessed in plenty. We have seen it on many occasions when he was in Lanka. The whole Sundarakanda is full of that. Searching for Sita, and having found Sita, how he handled the situation with Ravana and other Rakshasas, etc. etc. Danavakula Kumuda Ravikara Sadriksham, for the Danavakula, the lineage of Asuras, not just one Asura, the entire lineage of Asuras, which is like a lotus, like a lily, and Surya is an opponent of lily. Lily closes itself on seeing Surya and opens and blossoms in the night when Chandra appears. So poets always use this lotus with Surya and Kumuda with Chandra. This is common association that poets use frequently. So here also the same. So for the lily, which is the lineage of Asuras, he was like the rays of sun, Ravikara. Sadriksham means similar to the rays of sun, the powerful rays of sun, which make the lily flower wither. That kind of power Hanuman had with reference to the race of Asuras. Dina Jana Avana Diksham. Avana means protection. He had taken a vow, Diksha. He had taken a vow to protect those who are poor, those who are destitute, those who are helpless. Dina. Dina Jana Avana Diksham. Pavana Tapa Pakapunjam Adraksham. Pavana Tapaha Pakapunjam. The accumulated power of the tapas of Vayu Bhagavan, Paka Punjam, when it is maturing, when the accumulated power of tapas of Vayu Bhagavan comes to fruition, that is Hanuman. Look at that. Saints, sages do not waste their taposhakti unless they reach their destination, because their tapas is meant for a certain purpose. In between, there will be a lot of obstacles. In fact, some obstacles are created by Indra himself by dispatching Manmatha, Apsaras, etc. Now they overcome all those obstacles by not spending their tapashakti. That is the greatness of sages, because they are reserving their taposhakti for reaching the destination, whatever it is, whether it is getting darshan of Shiva, whether it is getting darshan of Brahma, getting suitable boons, etc. etc. So similarly, Vayu Bhagavan's tapas, whatever his taposhakti he had accumulated, that came to fruition in the form of Hanuman. Paka means fruition, mature. Adraksham, I had darshan, I have seen Hanuman. The previous sloka, the prayer was, may Hanuman appear in front of me. Now he has appeared in front of me. I have had darshan. This is the simplicity of Hanuman. In any other sloka have you seen Adi Shankara saying, in one sloka he says, please appear before me. In the next sloka he says, I have seen. No other deity, no other devata, he has used this kind of sequence. Here the first time and last time, where he is using this kind of sequence, because Hanuman is the simplest devata. You call him, he will come. You have to call him with Shraddha Bhakti. That is why even I was mentioning in the morning session that even when Ramayana Pravachana takes place, Ramayana Bhajan takes place, they keep a plank empty near the discourser or near the head of the Bhajan group for Hanuman's seat, because it is believed that when Rama Bhakti is sung in Bhajan or Rama Bhakti is given in the form of a discourse, Hanuman will surely appear there and he will take his seat. That is why an empty plank is kept for him to sit and bless all of us. So that is his simplicity. Is this kind of belief associated with any other devata? No. That is why he says, let him appear in the previous sloka, and this sloka he says, I have seen Adraksham, I have seen. So that assertion, that assertive statement, I have seen, can only be applied to Hanuman. Not because it is Adi Shankara, it is The shloka meant for reading by us. So we also are eligible to get darshan of Hanuman, provided we have the sufficient level of Shraddha and Bhakti. He was the head of the group of Vanaras, and he is like the powerful rays of sun or the lily flower, which is the rays of Asuras. He has taken a vow to protect all the helpless, destitute people, poor people, and he is the accumulated taposhakti of Vayu Bhagavan, which has come to fruition now in the shape of Hanuman. I have seen that Hanuman, to whom I prayed in my last shloka for him to appear. Vanaranikaraadhyaksham Danavalkula Kumuda Ravikara Sadriksham. Sadriksham is printed there. Sadriksham is better because it rhymes with other adhyaksham, diksham, etc. And both mean the same. It should be replaced with Sadriksham, as I mentioned in the morning. Deenajanavana diksham Pavanatapa Pakapanjamadraksham. Next.
एतत् पवनसुसत्यस्तोत्रम् यः पठति पञ्चरत्नाख्यम् चिरमिह निखिलान् भोगान् भुक्त्वा श्रीरामभक्तिभाग् भवति.
Etat Pavana Sutasya Stotram. This stotra on the son of Vayu Bhagavan, Hanuman, Pancharatna Akhyam, called Pancharatna, called Hanumat-Pancharatnam, named Hanumat-Pancharatnam. Ya Pathati, whoever reads the stotram, Iha Nikhilan Bhogan Kiram Bhuktva. Iha means on this earth, Nikhilan Bhogan, all pleasures, all enjoyments, having enjoyed for a long time. Dirghayus, Hanuman blesses you with Dirghayus, long life, and all the pleasures which you desire. Nikhilan Bhogan Kiram Bhuktva Shri Rama Bhakti Bhag Bhavati. He becomes the possessor of Rama Bhakti. Rama Bhakti Bhag means possessor of Rama Bhakti, which is not something easy, isn't it? Bhakti in all its glory, as properly defined, is something beyond anyone's reach. That becomes within your reach by the blessings of Hanuman. Sri Rama Bhakti Bhag. Sri Rama Bhakti Bhag. Sri means what? Glorious. Bhakti itself is glorious. Rama is glorious. Sri Rama Bhakti is also glorious. Rama Bhakti is also called Sri Rama Bhakti. Bhakti can be associated with Sri, not necessarily Rama only is associated with Sri. Because that glory can bless you with moksha itself, the highest purushartha. So why should it not be called Sri Rama Bhakti? Sri Rama Bhakti Bhag. So he becomes a possessor of this Sri Rama Bhakti. Having enjoyed all pleasures, so you don't feel that lack of satisfaction. Oh, I have lived so long and I have not enjoyed this ABCD. So all ABCDs are fulfilled. And then the final purushartha of life, that is moksha, is that path is assured for you by blessing you with Rama Bhakti. Then it becomes Rama's responsibility to give you moksha. That will happen only when your desires are completely off. Vita Akhila Vishayecham we started and we completed with Sri Rama Bhakti Bhag Bhavati. The two go together. If you are ridden with desires, mundane desires, Sri Rama Bhakti will not do you anything. So Sri Rama Bhakti will lead you on the path to moksha only when you gradually lose all temptations, all desires connected with mundane life. This is the gist of Vedanta, which we have been seeing frequently in all stotras. That is the greatness of Adi Shankara Stotras, isn't it? Every stotra is a lesson in Advaita Vedanta put in a nutshell somewhere in some corner. Maybe at the end of the stotra or at the beginning of the stotra or somewhere in the body of the stotra. Advaita Vedanta is always taught to us in a precise form in every stotra of Adi Shankara. This is the distinctive quality of Adi Shankara stotras as opposed to other stotras. Other stotras are no doubt beautiful hymns describing the Leelas of Bhagavan, describing the Swarupa Lavanya of Bhagavan, all that is there. But this Advaita Vedanta may not be there in this crystal clear fashion. It hits you right on. That is the beauty of Adi Shankara Stotras. That is what he is driving in the very last Stotra, Hanumat-Pancharatnam. He is driving it home that unless you drop all your desires, okay, you have had your enjoyment. That is why he said, Chiram Nikhilan Bhogan Bhukta. You have had your share of all enjoyment. There is no end to enjoyment. It is Chiram, long life you have enjoyed, but there is no end to it. You will ask for another hand, like that king in the lunar race, Yayati was the king who was never satisfied. He begged his son to give another 100 years so that I will enjoy more. So you will also become another Yayati because there is no limit for enjoyment. So that is where you have to draw a line for your enjoyment and go on the Rama Bhakti line. So that is why Vedakhila Vishayacham was given the first description, very first line. So the two go together. So I think Etat Pavana Sutasya Stotram Yap Patati Pancharatnaksham Chiramiha Nikhilan Bhogan Bhuktva Shri Rama Bhakti Bhag Bhavati. This brings us to the end of Hanumat-Pancharatnam. This brings us to the end of Adi Shankara Bhagavat Pada Stotras, which we had planned to do during this Vande GurorMandalam series of lectures as ordained by our Periyava. Now, after I make a few concluding remarks, Shri London Sundar Mama will speak a few words, then Kalamalini Sundar Rajan, our main coordinator, will take over and she will introduce the other participants. There's a large group of participants who have made this a success. So all of them will be introduced. By Periyava's abundant grace, this session of lectures, the series of lectures was possible. 51-day long session, 49 sessions we have had, and starting with Kartik Purnima and ending with today's Makara Sankranti. And the start date, the end date, which stotras to be covered, which time it should be said, which language it should be said, everything was predetermined by Periyava. And the selection of stotras which we made was approved by Periyava. 14 stotras we have covered. Two of them are very long, 100 slokas each, Saundarya Lahari and Shivananda Lahari. And a total of 336 slokas we have covered in these 49 sessions. We have covered a few more slokas than what we covered in the 6-month period in Shankara Stotra Makaranda lecture series given under the banner of KKSF in 2021. There we had covered, no doubt, number of stotras or more, I think 26 or so, but the number of slokas was less because this kind of large stotras like Shivananda Lahari were not covered at that time. In fact, all the stotras which are covered this time are new, not covered there, except of course with the sole exception of Hanumat-Pancharatnam, which was told to us by Periyava. And I have used in my lectures the instruction given by Periyava at the time when he asked me to start with the Shankara Stotra Makaranda lecture series at 11 o'clock one night in Srimatham. When I was there, he called me and then he said, now you start with this Shankara. The title also he decided, like he decided the title this time, Vande GurorMandalam, he decided the title of Shankara Stotra Makaranda at that time, and he emphasized on 4 aspects. He said you should train the students in these 4 aspects. One is the correct Ucharanam, because in Sanskritam, the Ucharanam is important. Ka, Kha, the Alpa Prana and the Mahaprana. In Tamil, unfortunately, we don't have the distinction, and many students read Sanskrit Stotras in Tamil format, Tamil Lipi. that leads to tremendous disaster. That is my experience, and I am totally against it. I dislike it. I hate it. Nobody should read Samskrita Stotras in Tamil format, Tamil Lipi. It's very bad. It will lead to several mistakes. What is the difficulty in learning Samskrita Lipi? You don't have to learn Samskrita language. Samskrita Lipi you can learn, Devanagari script. It's not difficult. Few days you can learn. And once you learn it, you can read all the sutras perfectly. No problem at all. Whether you understand Sanskrit or not is a different question. But you can read properly. This is what was emphasized as the first aspect, Ucharanam, correct pronunciation. Then Padachayadam, splitting of words. We have combinations of various words, sometimes very long. 8 words are combined in one word. We have one phrase. We have seen all that. Now you have to split that and explain the meaning of each of those words. This is what he said. Padachedam, then Pratipadartham. Every word properly explained with meaning. Then the fourth one was the Tatparya of the entire sloka. You may give the meaning of each word. That doesn't constitute the overall meaning, isn't it? So overall meaning should be clearly explained. So these 4 instructions I tried to implement during the first Shankara Stotra Makaranda session. And the same I tried to implement during this session of Vande GurorMandalam also, with sufficient citations from other epics like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Purana, Upanishads, etc., with suitable references to the best of my ability and to in the available time. And many participants have enjoyed this series of lectures. Many participants have appeared from various countries, from US, from UK, Europe, Middle East, Eastern countries. As they participated in the Shankara Stotra Makaranda series, similarly, here also, many have been consistently participating, enjoying the stotras, particularly the explanation. They have been enjoying very much. They have expressed their happiness in the WhatsApp group and by other means, by sending separate messages to me, etc., etc. Their love for this program is reinforced by the fact that most of them have asked for continuing similar programs in future. Many requests have come. Please don't stop this. Continue with Lalita Sahasranam, continue with Vishnu Sahasranam, etc. So that itself shows they have enjoyed this, and that is all due to grace of Periva. It is not due to any contribution from any of us. And Sri London Sundar, he was the one who took the Stotra list to Periva and got the list approved. And he spread awareness of this program. He took keen interest right from day one. He asked me, how are we going to do this? What are the details? We were only 3 at that time, myself, himself, and Rajagopal of VDSP, who is the person behind the technical inputs, spreadsheet, etc., etc. Now, StreamYard, etc. Now, how are we going to go about it? So this he discussed with me in detail. Then I set out my plans. I said we will pull together various students from the previous group, etc., etc. Then he gave suggestions how to go about it and all that. He has been very helpful. Many volunteers have contributed to the success of this program. The most important is, of course, as all of you must be knowing by now, Kalamalini Sundararajan, who is placed in US and who was associated with us in the earlier SSM program. She, with great pleasure, took the responsibility of being the main coordinator. And she is the brain behind all this, whatever is going on, the slides, the Periva is going to come? No. This is
Looks like
Adhishthana.
that, Mama. For some time, I have been seeing Periva here in the studio.
Adhishtanam pictures are coming up. This is Adhishtanam pictures are coming up.
Yeah. I just brought it. Thank you.
Okay. So She is the Kalamalini is the brain behind putting all these slides together, preparing the slides, putting all the chanters, those who chanted the stotras together. A lot of organizational work, and seeing that this goes in a proper, seamless manner, the way, it has been going smoothly every day, every session, morning and evening. Look at the frequency, morning as well as evening. She was carrying it right through. And she was helped by Prashant and Lata Ganesh in this StreamYard operation. All the three were trained by Rajagopal with great effort right at the beginning. Before we started the program, we had about 2 weeks or so, not much time. At that time, Rajagopal trained these people in all the nuances of StreamYard. And these three people were the pillars of this StreamYard telecast, live telecast. And many people have done this slides preparation. Kalamalini herself, Anuradha, Lakshmi Narasimhan. Lakshmi Narasimhan was a great help to us in SSM as well as in my Kashmir series of lectures and the Kashmir book which we brought out. She and Prashant, these two people were the brains behind preparation of various portions of that book. Sri Lakshmi and Janaki, these people have taken very quick, very efficient efforts to prepare the slides, which have been a source of great help to us while we were delivering the lecture. If the slide was appearing on the screen, it was very useful. Then the group of those who chanted the stotras, the Padma Mami, who chanted the whole of Saundarya Lahari, she chanted the whole of Mukha Panchashati, all the 500 slokas in my previous lecture session, organized under the banner of Kamakoti Bhakti Kendra. So there she was nominated by Pariva directly. So Padma Mami, then Lata Ganesh, who was more or less the sole chanter in the SSM session previously. So she was very much known to us. Then Bhavani, who was a new entrant for us. Sheetala Parthasarathi. Vasanta Lakshmi was with us in the earlier session also. Shambhavi, Sri Lakshmi, Vanita, Gayatri Ramanan, all these people have extended their unstinted support. They came with all their enthusiasm. They participated very comfortably. And one, Mr. Ravi Shankar from Dubai was on standby. Then, of course, Rajagopal I have already mentioned. He is the one person who is one-man army, who is doing all these live telecasts, all the programs of Srimatham, not only this program. My previous lecture is on Chaitra Mahima in Tanjavur Parampara. He was the one. My Mukha and Panchashati lectures, he was the one. SSM lectures, he was not only mine, other so many hundreds of programs are going on under Srimatham banner. All of them are going through him. So many different channels he is doing this telecasting. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, this, that, so Instagram. So every day he is coming out with some new addition. So he has been of great help. I don't have to say anything more on that. Now I leave the stage to Sri London Sundar, who will say a few words, then Kalamalini will take over.
Namaskaram. We all know that the guiding force behind the last 50 days pravachanam is Perival, and therefore I start with a vandanam to Perival. When you looked at the list on the 7th or 6th of November, Perival has a very alliterative way of saying things, and he said, Adi Shankara Stotrangal, Selade Sulabhamanadu, Kadinamanadu, Vistaramanadu, Surukkamanadu. This for all days. I mean, some are short, some are long, Some are relatively simple and some are relatively complex. And he said he was delighted that someone with the scholarship of Mama was going to be able to explain all these stotras for us. So, first our Vandanam to Perival. Because of Dhanurmasa Puja in the evening and because of the huge crowds in Hyderabad, he has not been able to come during this period and deliver an Anigraha Bhashan. But we have been told that early in Thaimasam, he will come one evening and we will have a special program where he will give Anugraha Bhashan. Second, today, Mama was explaining Hanumat-Pancharatnam. We all know that he is the role model for a Bhakta. The other role model for a Bhakta is Bhakta Prahaladan. And he actually says, how do you show your bhakti? And it's something that everybody knows. It's in Bhagavatam. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma, Nivedanam. I repeat, Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma, Nivedanam. Pujya Sri Tejamanandji, the global head of Chinmaya Mission, while explaining this particular verse, he said there is a reason why it starts with Shravanam. He says Bhakti Margam starts with Shravanam. And for you to be able to do Shravanam, you need a Guru who gives you a pravachana. So we are immensely blessed that for the last 50 days, we have had, with the blessings of Jagadguru, we have the benefit of our Pratyaksha Guru explaining all these stotras for us. As he himself explained, this kind of a thing cannot happen without an enormous amount of work by a number of people, most of them in the background. I don't want to list the name once again, but I want to make only 2 points. One is, the reason they have done all this is their Shraddha. Shraddha, as we all know, is not just sincerity and commitment. It is abiding faith in Guru Vakyam and the Shastra. And the reason so many people from India and USA have provided the seva is their abiding devotion to both Kannan Mama and to Periyawal. The only thing which I can say is to quote Mahaperiyawal when he quoted Kanakatara Stotram. And he says, even the great Adi Shankara, he said, Mameva Matrinshtam Kalayantu Manye. He says the greatest blessing that you can seek is the blessing that you continue to offer seva. So on behalf of all the sevaks, that is what we pray and seek from both the Pratyaksha Guru and Jagadguru. Last, I started the thing with the slokam on Sravanam. Teja Mahanandji also explained what Sravanam means. He said Sravanam is not just listening. Sravanam is being able to fully and correctly understand the import of what is being communicated and registering it in your mind. He said thereafter comes Mananam, Nijityasanam, everything. But Sravanam is something that you first have to do properly. The test of Sravanam, he said, you have now listened to me for 1 hour. When you go out, people are going to ask me, how was the lecture? You are most likely to say it was great, it was divine, and all that. But if they say, in 5 minutes summarize what Puja Guruji said in 1 hour, he said most of you will struggle. So the test of your proper Sravanam is you are being able to summarize what you have heard, at the end of a lecture. And it is not easy. And one of the things that Perival has been repeatedly saying is, COVID created many asaugaryangal, but it also created some saugaryangal. One of the things that we have got out of COVID is YouTube and other means of being able to repeatedly hear and listen to speeches and pravachans. And therefore, the way we can actually thank both Kannan Mama and Perival is actually to listen to these lectures 2, 3, 4 times and fully absorb what they have said. Mama is intensely focused. He's one of those who doesn't deviate. But he also gives, from time to time, conceptual anchors. And those anchors greatly help us in latching on to the meaning. All of us listened to his lectures yesterday, Manisha Panchagam, and he said the first sloka summarizes or expands on the Mahavakyam, Prajnanam Brahma. Second one he said was Aham Brahmasmi. Third one, Tattvamasi, like that. So the benefit that Mama has given is not only detailed explanation of the slokas, but also conceptual anchors that we can latch on to and be able to fully understand all these stotrams. Lastly, all of us, I talked about Shraddha and unabiding faith in Perival. Everybody in this group, we all know when Perival asks you to do something, there is some reason which we will know only after we do it. In the list that was submitted to him, he added Hanumat-Pancharatnam. I didn't realize it at that time. I don't think Kannan Mama realized it at that time. Any of us realized it at that time. I found today when Kannan Mama finished the lecture, he finished it with Rama Bhakti Bhagavati. It's the most appropriate thing for us to do in the context of the events that are going to unfold in the next few days. So with immense and abiding Vandanam to our Pratyaksha Guru and to our Jagadguru, I wish everybody happy Pongal and conclude. Namaskar.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaskaram Mama, Namaskaram to all. We had a wonderful opportunity to learn 26 Adi Shankaracharya's stotras into 2021. With Periva's Anugraham, once again we now had the opportunity to learn 14 more slokas, including the Shivananda Lahari and Saundara Lahari. Thanks, Mama, for your explanation word by word. The Sanskrit made so easy for us through your explanations, the descriptive meanings of the slokas and the contextual meanings. The continuity you used to establish verse to verse helped us in learning better, and the reference given to various granthas, the slokas, Gita, Upanishad, helped us to connect with the various scriptures. So we look forward to more such opportunities to learn from you with Periva's Anugraham. Thanks for the opportunity you gave to me to coordinate and to serve as a volunteer for this program. First, I have to thank a couple of volunteers here. First, the prime most is thanks to Sundarji for taking this initiative, get the approval of the list of slokas from Sri Periva in a small interval of time, and give us an auspicious inauguration to this program. Then we needed a platform to stream this program through various channels so many people could benefit from this. So thanks to Veda Dharma Shastra Paripalana Sabha Rajagopalji for arranging this StreamYard platform, training us and help us to conduct this program seamlessly. Once again, thanks Rajagopalji for bringing the Adhishtanam of Mahapariva and Pudupariva while we are on the stage, and this helps us to seek blessings from both the Perivas during this concluding session. Thanks to Prashant ji for creating links day after day and session after session and share them and coordinate the sessions. Thanks Lata ji, you have been an effective coordinator as well as a chanter. And then our sincere thanks to Anuradha ji, Lakshmi Narasimhan ji, Sri Lakshmi ji and Janaki ji for preparing the slides in a very short notice. Sincere gratitude to chanters, Padma Mami, who chanted the entire Shivanakshatra Mala and Shivananda Lahari, and Lata Ganesh ji, Seetala Parthasadi ji, Bhavani ji, Vanita ji, Vasanta Lakshmi ji, Sri Lakshmi ji, Shambhavi ji and Gayatri Ramanan ji. Your Shraddha is something which is unparalleled, and I have always seen you all in the studio well before time, and with the slides, everything ready so that we could start at the right time. Our sincere thanks to Bhagi Lakshmi Varahanji for the schedule preparation and prompt reminders to chanters and coordinators for every session. Without that, we could not have gone forward in this program so seamlessly. Last but not least, we are thankful to all members who joined through various channels. We saw in our statistics around 1,000 people have watched these programs through various channels. So this served as a motivation for us in this program, and thanks for the participation, eager participation in this program. Once again, I would request Mama for more such programs with Sri Periva's Anugraham. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. At this stage, I would want to introduce few volunteers on who are there here on the studio, with Mama's permission.
Namaskaram.
Shambhavi ji, you want to say some more?
Yeah, thank you so much for such a wonderful opportunity. And each time from now on, when we look at Ambal and Shiva, all the comparisons and the poetic prowess of Adi Shankara brought out by Mama, and all the comparisons, the eyebrow, the beautiful eyebrow, the slender hips, all of that, the way we look at Ambal itself is really different after knowing all the meanings of Soundarya and all the slogans. Thank you so much, Mama. Thank you, everybody, for such a great opportunity. Namaskar.
Vasanta Lakshmi ji, could you come on stage?
Namaskaram, Mama. My Anantakoti namaskaras to you, Mama. I'm very fortunate to be the part of this program. Thank you very much. And thanks to all my friends for supporting and helping me. Thank you.
Sri Lakshmi ji.
Yeah, thank you everyone for giving this opportunity. I think it's nothing but the blessings from Periva. And also, I would like to extend my gratitude to Kannan Mama as well, because he has been very patient enough in correcting our mistakes during the chanting. I also would like to specially thank Kalamalini ji because of the confidence that you kept in us, and but for that opportunity, we would not have been able to participate in this program. So thanks once again, and look forward for many such programs in future. Perivasharam.
Lakshmi Narasimhan.
Namaskaram. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity. It's been indeed a wonderful session. Thank you once again.
Bhagirathi ji.
Namaskaram, everybody. Thank you so much. Means my part was very, very small. Like and Anil is what was my seva here. But amazing program, and definitely, as Sundar Mama said, we will learn. If somebody is going to ask us to repeat about even one shloka, we will probably have to go through that sessions over and over again. And thanks to all the technology that is going to make us go back and listen to everything again and be able to, whenever we are reciting those slokas, able to remember and be able to recite it with more shraddha. Thank you so much, Kannan Mama, for your amazing, means I'm saying you're an inspiration in doing this two times a day, and always with that energy. It's amazing to see. And Kalamalni ji, usually they say it takes a village to get something done. I think you were the village in this one to get everybody together and make this happen. So thank you once again for giving me an opportunity, at least to play a small part in this whole program. Thank you once again.
Padma Mami.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much.
Bhavani ji. Yeah, you could speak. Yeah.
Namaskaram, Mama. Namaskarams to Periva. I'm very, very grateful for this session where I have learned the meanings of so many slokams, some of which I had not even heard about. Sambhastuti, Ambashtakam I thought was Rajarajeshwari Ashtakam, and Manikarnika Ashtakam. I did not even know about these slokams. I had the privilege of learning the meaning of so many of these slokams. Our Kulaguru, Sri Bharati Tirtha Swamiji, asked all astikas to do namaskara to Adi Shankaracharya for his great favor in restoring Sanatana Dharma to us. By way of that namaskara, I have today completed learning so many slokams from you, the meanings of which I never knew was so beautiful. Particularly my favorite Saundarya Lahari, where I thought it was only a slokam on Ambal Saundaryam. Thank you for showing us that slokam itself is the definition of Saundarya. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. Without your explanations, I don't think I could have realized this beauty. And every time I chant these slokams, I will remember your explanations, particularly so many beautiful explanations from Saundarya Lahari, the eye gossiping with the ear, all of those that I heard once and it went into my heart. Thank you very much. And I thank all the volunteers who made this such a seamless flow and trusted in me to be a chanter also. Thank you, Mama. Namaskarams.
Lata Ganeshji.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Anantakoti Namaskarams to Shri Periyava. Namaskarams to our Guru Kannan Mama, Mami, Padma Mami, Sundar Mama, and all of you. Due to the abundant anugraham of Shri Periyava and blessings of Kannan Mama, Mami, I have been very fortunate to participate in the Vande GurorMandalam program. I feel extremely blessed for this opportunity to learn so many Shankara Stotras with meaning, detailed explanation, the relevant context and scriptural references. Mama has been teaching us very patiently daily in English and Tamil in a very easy to understand and very engaging manner, so that we learn the chanting, the padas, the meaning, and the overarching message that's embedded within all these stotras. Listening to both the English and Tamil session has helped us very much in strengthening our understanding and learning. In addition, Mama always provided clarification to chanters' questions and also addressed all the other questions at the end of the session to fortify our learning. We are very, very grateful to Mama. Anantakoti Namaskaram, Mama. I'd also like to take a moment to thank Kala Malini ji, who has been with Mama and in planning and tirelessly organizing everything for the smooth execution of the daily sessions. Thank you, Rajgopal ji, Prashant ji, Kala Malini ji, for all the StreamYard administration, enabling the daily session links and all the coordination efforts. This has allowed all the participants to participate in this program through different online platforms as per their convenience. I'd also like to convey my gratitude to Padma Mami, all the chanters, volunteers who prepared the slides, and Bagiji for scheduling and handling the chanting. and session coordination details. Special thanks to Rajgopalji, who trained us on StreamYard, also helping us, whenever needed with login or other issues as needed to run the session smoothly. I would also like to thank and my namaskarams to Padma Mami. So when Shivananda Lahari was started, I had reached out to Padma Mami. She very lovingly and very kindly shared her recordings of the stotra that very much helped me to learn the chanting and helped me with focusing on the all the different sessions in Shivananda Lahari and learn the stotram and the meaning. I pray that with Sri Periva's Anugraham and Mama and Mami's Ashirvadams, I'll continue to practice and chant these stotrams, improve my understanding, and try to practice the teachings that Mama has taught us to the best of my abilities. Namaskarams to all. Ram Ram.
Prashanti, can we have you on the stage?
Namaskaram, Guru Varya. Thank you very much. And I only wish we have more and more sessions. And I'm wishing the next one starting tomorrow. Thank you.
We can close this program, Mama. I think we are done with all the introductions.
ஒரே ஒரு நிமிஷம்.
Yes.
12ஆம் தேதி எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியுமான்னு தெரியல எனக்கு. மாமாக்கு சதாபிஷேகம் 80 வருஷம் ஆயிடுச்சு. So on behalf of everybody, I pray that you actually have a Sadabhishekam ceremony in a few months and go on to a Kanagabhishekam. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram, Mama.
Others are not coming up?
Illa, almost we have completed everybody. 2 people did not show up. Anuradha ji and Janaki ji, they were not able to show up. But otherwise,
everybody has come. Okay, very nice.
Manita ji couldn't join panna mudiyala. Her signal was weak.
Okay, no problem. So we close this session for today as well as this session of Vande GurorMandalam on this beautiful note, on this very happy note, Makara Sankranti note. As Sundar Mama said, in a few days we are going to have this Rama Janma Bhumi Rama temple inauguration. So Rama Bhakti Bhag Bhavati, he nicely linked that last phrase in Hanumat-Pancharatnam with the forthcoming event. Very beautiful. So on this beautiful note we close and we hope to meet all of you again in another session like this. Nama Parvati Pataye Hara Hara Mahadeva Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtanam Govinda Govinda Shri Jagadambikaye Jaya Jaya.